The following question was asked during the Candidates Forum for City Council and Mayor in Burlington, North Carolina. The maker movement is expanding across Burlington and Alamance County. Burlington is even recognized by the White House as one of NC's first maker cities. How familiar and involved are you with the maker movement here? And if elected, what would you do to work with our citizen makers to help expand and promote the maker movement, to attract new manufacturing, encourage 21st century small business, and create new opportunities for STEM and lifelong education?
We'll start with Councilwoman Heights.
The last part of that, I think, is kind of my answer. In one of the questionnaires that we got, I talked about the maker movement being involved in a roundtable as a way to encourage economic development. I see the maker movement as definitely an opportunity for that. I have been to one of the makers' fairs and wish that I had more time to be involved in a greater way with the maker movement, but I really think the whole idea of artisans and people making things is the way that we can bring our community back, I guess is what I want to say. We've always been inventive, we've always been innovative in terms of textiles and the kinds of industries that are here, so I think that's in our DNA, and I think that the maker movement is really representative of that, and I really want to encourage it and have all citizens who have any yearning to make things to get involved with the maker movement.
Thank you very much. Mr. McGrew.
Thank you. I've spoken with the resident or citizen about, they were explaining the maker movement to me because I was unaware. But in that conversation, I learned that it was a group of people that meet up on an evening or an afternoon and kind of just take things apart just to put them back together again. I'm not that handy with those things, but I think that it's a great concept and it's a great idea, really, to as the end of the question was talking about, bringing about STEM jobs and bringing about exposing our youth to science, technology, and all those things, and implementing that within the school. One of the programs that I would like to bring to the table is, it's actually called Cradle to Career. If you would like to look it up or check it out anytime. It's implemented in Forsyth County or in Winston-Salem as the Forsyth Promise. And so essentially with the maker movement, what I would like to see happen is taking our youth from elementary school, middle school, and high school, and the maker movement working with them to kind of prepare them and give them that experience of engineering and of science and make it cool in a sense. I believe we've all at one point in time been in a science class and did not find it the most enjoyable. But, or maybe it was just me. However, by the maker movement and the energy that they bring, as well as looking for the word, I'm going to pass over it, but the energy that they bring to the table and to the project, I think would really branch off to our youth and make that an exciting thing for them to take part in.
Thank you very much. Mr. Mills.
I'm in a similar boat like Kendall. I had not heard of the maker movement, yet I knew players in that movement. Once it was explained to me, I do like the creativity and innovation that it brings. One way the City Council could potentially help would be to partner with the landowners of land downtown or elsewhere in the city to open up space. I know we have a lot of manufacturing buildings sitting empty with great equipment that they could probably utilize. Just facilitate that conversation to grow in the education piece with our children, the STEM area. My brother's an electrical engineer, so I did grow up with those ideas and seeing all those things work, but I chose a well different career path in accounting. So I do understand that it is great and it does build innovation and it can foster some entrepreneurship to bring those sustainable jobs that Burlington needs.
Thank you very much. Councilman Ward.
I'm not intimately familiar with the maker movement. I'm somewhat familiar with what I know. I certainly think it could be a catalyst for economic development. I would support it, and involved in the maker movement, if they could come to the city council and ask how we could assist. And I'd also like to see that some kind of woven into our comprehensive economic plan, which I hope will be developed sometime soon. Bottom line, I think it's a great program, and we can benefit by it. And as a city council member, I would certainly encourage it and support it.
Burlington is even recognized by the White House as one of North Carolina's first maker cities. How familiar and involved are you with the maker movement here? And if elected, what would you do to work with our citizen makers to help expand and promote the maker movement, to attract new manufacturing, encourage 21st century small businesses, and create new opportunities for STEM and lifelong education?
Well, thank you for this question. This is something that I absolutely love. Maker movement's been something near and dear to my heart ever since I first met Bennett Young, Maker's Guild, because I didn't realize I was a maker until they really taught me about it. When I started my business, we took an existing material and innovated it into products ranging across fields, including shoe insoles, athletic padding, appliance parts, all the way up to aerospace components. And we were ourselves makers and inventors in our own right in our industry. And I've really seen the maker movement here in our city grow, both from a hobbyist level to how we even use this as a teaching tool. And this is something I've been active in over the last couple of years with our local Makers Guild. And it's something that I'm looking forward to continuing to be active with as mayor. I'd like to share with you a story from just the other week. So I'm not sure how many of you know, but Burlington has a 1/24th scale slot car drag track downtown. I opened up a couple of weeks ago, and I'd like to thank Tim and Angie for introducing me to the track. And one of the things I saw immediately when I first saw that track was an opportunity for STEM education. And so just a couple days later, I reached out to Bennett and Ilsa with the Makers Guild and invited them up. And they stopped by and they saw kids taking a hands-on approach to working on these electric drag cars and really getting excited about it. And that's what the maker movement is about. People getting excited about doing, creating, applying science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And we need a mayor who champions and connects opportunities for STEM and maker programs across our community. But I didn't just stop there. I started bringing up the conversation with CTEC, with ABSS, about how can we involve our students in this drag? How can we connect the ABSS automotive programs with applies STEM concepts, STEM hands-on teaching model to really get students engaged in becoming engineers, becoming scientifically minded, and it connects our community. And we need a mayor that sees those opportunities and takes action. That's just one example from the community, even just the last few weeks. And I look forward to many additional connections, how we see Burlington truly embrace the maker movement going forward.
Thank you very much. Councilman Butler.
Well, the maker movement has certainly stirred a lot of attention, and anytime you have a representative from your city that's invited to go to Washington, D.C. on behalf of a movement such as that, it's an important thing. It certainly garnered my attention way back when it started becoming a topic of discussion. I was chatting with Mr. Harris earlier tonight about sort of his involvement and how long it had been, and it's fairly new to him. Since 2011, I believe he shared with me, as he was out west at a convention and sort of got interested in this. It's not trendy. You hear the term maker movement, and the first thing you think of, well, this is a trendy thing. It sounds good on paper, and it's something for somebody else, but it's not really for me. The interesting thing about Burlington is we are a tale of two cities. We've got a traditional group that understands that they don't want a lot of things to change, and we've got millennials coming along that need something different. They want to embrace change, and I think the maker movement is a perfect blend for both of those. One of the things that I think our city needs in the downtown sector, the downtown corridor, to really, in talking with the downtown corporation, restaurants and residential are what's most important to them. But I'll be the first one to tell you we need an impact project. We need something that is going to create attention in a serious way downtown. And I think the maker movement has the capabilities of doing that. I think we need to leverage some conversations with those individuals to find out what their needs are, what makes it real. We can talk about a lot of terms and how we can interact in a lot of different ways, but right now it's called a movement for a reason. How do we turn that movement into reality? It's easy to sit up and talk about it and chat about all the neat things about it, but how do we get energy and action with this movement? And I think being in this group have the capabilities of doing that. On a regular basis, they've got 40 to 50 people that are meeting with him. He just shared with me. I am extremely curious about what we can do with this thing to generate some more activity. ABSS was mentioned, and I think it would be a great interaction to sort of get the STEM program involved with that, and it would certainly be pretty dynamic to get ACC involved with it too. We need to leverage both ends of the educational field to try to grow this and see where it can take us. I don't know that we know how important this is. I don't know that we know what this can do for us. And we may find out that all the pieces don't come together in a near time frame. It's going to take a little time to get this thing up and going. That's okay. But we need to get everybody to the table and have some discussion points around it to see what we can do to create labs, to create an environment where these things can thrive and these individuals can work on their entrepreneurial spirit, which is important to both our local economy and to the economies around us that could attract in to generate some additional revenue for our area. So the key is to leverage what these guys know, get them to the table, and let's see where we can take it. And I think it's something that we could, it's definitely not trendy. I think it's something that we can take to another level with some focus.
Thank you, Councilman Butler.